My name is Stephen Carlton, and I'm 56 years old. There we go. I've been an Albertan for over 30 years. My hope for the future is that we have a government that restores global investor confidence in the province. And at the same time, I would like a government that respects and looks after the well-being of its most vulnerable citizens.
I'm Tamara Keller, and I am 44 years old. I have lived in Alberta for just over 12 years. My hope for the future of Alberta is that we really come together and we all work together as an inclusive society that everybody can feel safe and valued in.
Ready? Okay, go.
My name's James Vi, I'm 27, and I've lived in Alberta all my life.
Woo!
My hope for the future of Alberta is it is economically diverse, socially diverse, and remains one of the best places to live in Canada.
Thank you all for coming.
Thanks for having me.
So we are, days out now. Would you agree that it's been fairly ugly and divisive?
Not at all what I expect from professional politicians.
Should come to Ottawa, Stephen. But it seems to me that the anxiety out here has been or is about the economy.
Jason Kenney doesn't have this magic wand where he's going to come in and wave it and then oil's just going to be back at $100 again.
Everybody was working on the economy. Everybody is working on the pipelines. We are all united in this problem, and we need
we all want jobs,
market
jobs,
access.
Jobs, and we all want everyone to be doing well, right? Rachel Notley took a different approach, and I think she should be commended for that, for taking a different stance on things. It doesn't look like it's worked out, but she should be commended for trying at least.
And Stephen, you were laid off actually from the oil and gas sector.
It's been almost a year.
Yeah. So that must be a huge motivating factor of what's happening in that sector, what's happening to you personally, economically, all those things.
The layoff is very personal, but I have to look at what's happened in this province and in this country over the last decade. And this has been 10 years of self-inflicted pain on the energy industry. It's been incompetence at both the federal and the provincial government level that, we didn't get a pipeline built in the last 10 years.
And so the fact that the federal government has purchased a pipeline, that they are going through the consultations, where does that, because in Ottawa, the rest of Canada, we see that as like, wow, that's a big gift we all bought you.
It is a very big gift. Yeah. But when we look and say, okay, how do we get past the walls that are put up around Alberta? How do we get past that? Alberta's not going to do that by itself. It's got to be something that we do with the nation. Trans Mountain was something, yes, and if the solution is that Trans Mountain becomes an Aboriginal-owned pipeline, everybody's great with that. That's a fantastic solution.
James, you look like you wanted to say something.
I'd really like to see diversification of the economy, because we have so many talented people in Alberta. We have that entrepreneurial spirit, right? Really, and I think we really could tap into that base, especially here in Calgary. Vacancy rates are at an all-time low, and it's having impacts on property tax and the city budgets and everything like that. Like, I can't think of a better place than Alberta and Calgary for a new sector to grow in.
Well, isn't that sort of what Jason Kenney is proposing when he wants to dramatically cut the corporate tax?
Is it that simple? I don't know. I'm not an economist.
Have we seen that work? Like, I think we are seeing economists say that isn't going to deliver the number of jobs that Jason Kenney claims it's going to deliver, and it isn't going to be the silver bullet to solve our issues either. So.
But no one's going to be that silver bullet, right? I mean, you're taking a leap of faith with whoever you choose. Yeah. So what do you think is going to change then after Tuesday? What would be the thing you would hope would change?
One thing that if a UCP government comes in, we're expecting the red tape and the bureaucracy to be cut. Particularly in the energy industry operations, it's very difficult to get anything done now.
I mean, what I'd like to see after Tuesday is whoever wins, really take a step towards uniting Albertans and focusing us on a common goal.
Well, I'd like to see, some unity within Alberta, and I think that having conversations with folks that are maybe on different ends of the spectrum and have respectful conversations is important. But I also think that Alberta needs to really, as a whole, nurture its relationship with the rest of Canada and looking at a global scale as well. And I don't think that coming out of Tuesday and having this adversarial stance on everything and some ultimatums, if you don't do this, then we're going to do that, I don't think that's helpful for Alberta or Canada as a whole.
Well, I wondered that because it's almost like it's been a contest to who can stand up to Justin Trudeau the best or be the toughest. But I wonder how helpful that is for Alberta to be in an us versus them sort of position, and whether that's something you guys think about here.
I don't think in the long run that it is a positive thing for Alberta or for Canada.
Great in the short term for getting votes, right? But if you're trying to
win an election,
yeah, like if you're campaigning on something, it's great, you know, get the base riled up. But in the long term, like, who wants to talk to someone like that?
I agree with James. It's going to be really interesting to see how we pull all of this together, how we pull our own legislature together, and how we pull the relationship with Canada together. And it's going to be really interesting to see the victory and the concession speeches on Tuesday, to see how they start doing that.
Yeah.
What would you say to the rest of Canada as we watch what you guys decide to do on Tuesday?
It's a complicated answer, but it comes down to, are we one Canada? Are we pulling together on this? Are we looking out for everybody's interests? You know, anybody that's criticizing Alberta for a climate record or an environmental record, they have to know that this is some of the cleanest, most ethically produced energy in the world, and the world is not using less energy. It's solar and wind and oil and gas and nuclear. You know, Alberta is going to have a lot to contribute to the bottom line of Canada for decades to come.
Well, I think Canadians and Albertans, need to realize whichever way we end up voting, know that Alberta as a whole, we are all supportive of our oil and gas industry, no matter who we vote for.
Living in Alberta all my life, a lot of the times you forget about how good things are. I just want people to, you know, just to read up and do their research and really understand what it is Alberta has to offer, because it's a wonderful place.
And it's still one of the best places in the world to live, even after 4 years of Rachel Notley.
Yeah. And even after Tuesday, it still will be, right?
The world is not going to end on Tuesday, regardless of the results.
Yes.
Okay, well, good luck, sort of, I guess, on Tuesday. And I hope mostly that Wednesday you wake up and you feel good about things.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Good to meet you all. Thank you.
Thank you.